This is a paid advertisement.
Welcome back to the Noon Show here on TV2. I'm David Burns. This is Ask the Expert. Ron Papore joins us from Action Heating and Cooling in De Pere and in Sturgeon Bay. Welcome to Ask the Expert, Ron.
Thanks, Dave.
We're going to talk about heating and cooling, but a much cleaner and a much more efficient way to do it.
That's right.
It's geothermal. Explain that to us.
Well, geothermal is a type of heating and cooling that doesn't really burn anything for its heating source. It achieves its goal by transferring energy from your yard, the ground, into your home, and it uses a ground loop and then appliances in the basement to do that. So as a result of that, it's much more efficient than 100%.
And is that the main reason to go geothermal? Why geothermal heating and cooling?
Well, fossil fuel heating sources such as a furnace will never be able to be more than 100% efficient, okay? And geothermal can be as high as 500% efficient. So as a result, if you're looking at something like a 20% increase in energy cost, if you have a 95% efficient furnace, which is about as good as you can get right now, your heating costs are going to go up 21%. But if you have, let's just say, a 400% geothermal unit in your house instead, with a 20% energy increase, your heating costs are only going to go up 5%.
Okay.
So as a result of that, you're going to save much more money going forward.
Okay, let's talk about somebody who has probably, let's say a much older furnace or an older home. Are you looking at a big problem converting that to the geothermal heating and cooling?
Not really. Anything that's forced air heating and cooling is very appropriate as long as we have the yard space. Okay. And about 50% of what we do with geothermal systems are what we call retrofits, which are existing homes.
Right.
Okay. We have seen improvements. As an example, one home had a heating cost of $2,700 a year with a furnace, a propane furnace. And because they were in the Oconto cooperative, and the geothermal qualified for a much better electrical rate because it was a dual fuel installation, their heating per year was going to be less than $300 with a geothermal system.
Per year?
Per year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, in some instances it can be very dramatic, and paying off the extra cost of a geothermal system with the savings happens within a year or less. Right. In most cases we see it 2 to 4 years, which is still an excellent return on investment, and then the system itself will last 20 years. The ground loop is rated for 55 years in the ground. So it's a great way to defer these costs that we all know are coming so that you can continue to afford to have a comfortable home.
That's great news. Ron Papore from Action Heating and Cooling of Green Bay and Sturgeon Bay. There you see the information on your screen, their number, their website, and of course go to WBAY.com and click on Ask the Expert. I'm David Burns. More of the Noon Show coming up right after this.